Supermassive black hole disappearing act, turning off and on again. What's going on? The black holes are already recognized as some of the most bizarre objects in the universe, and past their high energy coronas inside the event horizons, the known laws of physics seem to shut down. Recently, though, astronomers observed something happening to a black hole that seemed impossible, even by the object's own standards. About 100 million light years away, the super hot, ultra bright corona at the center of supermassive black hole 1ES 1927 plus 654 abruptly disappeared and then reformed, essentially turning the black hole off and on again. It turned off and then started up again, as though it had glitched, and it's the first time such a phenomenon was ever documented. According to NASA, it could be a runaway star that might explain the black hole's disappearing act. The telltale sign that the black hole was feeding vanished, perhaps when a star interrupted the feast. The event could lead new insight into the mysterious objects at the center of a far-off galaxy. A black hole is slowly consuming a disk of gas that swirls around like water circling a drain. As a steady trickle of gas is pulled into the gaping maw, ultra-hot particles gather closer to the black hole, above and below the disk, generating a brilliant X-ray glow that can be seen 300 million light years away from our Earth. These collections of ultra-hot gas, called black hole coronas, have been known to exhibit noticeable changes in their luminosity, brightening or dimming up by 100 times as black hole feeds. But 2 years ago, astronomers watched in awe as X-rays from the black hole corona in the galaxy 1ES 1927 plus 654 disappeared completely, fading by a factor of 10,000 in only 40 days. Almost immediately began to rebound, and about 100 days later had become almost 20 times brighter than before the event. The X-ray light from a black hole corona is a direct byproduct of the black hole's feeding, so the disappearance of that light from 1ES 1927 plus 654 likely means that its food supply had been cut off, and in a new study in the astrophysical journal Letters, scientists hypothesized that a runaway star might have come too close to the black hole and been torn apart. So if this was the case, the fast-moving debris from that star could have crashed through part of the disk, briefly disappearing and dispersing the gas. We just don't normally see variations like this in accreting black holes, said Claudio Ricci, an assistant professor at Diego Portales University in Santiago, Chile. He's the lead author of the study. He said it was so strange that at first we thought maybe there was something wrong with the data, and when we saw it was real, it was very exciting. But we also had no idea what we were dealing with. No one we talked to had seen anything like this. Nearly every galaxy in the universe may host a supermassive black hole at its center, like the one in 1ES 1927 plus 654, with masses millions or billions of times greater than our Sun. They grow by consuming the gas encircling them, otherwise known as the accretion disk. Because black holes don't emit or reflect light, they can't be seen directly. But the light from their coronas and accretion disks offers a way to learn about these dark objects. The author's star hypothesis is also supported by the fact that a few months before the X-ray signal disappeared, observatories on Earth saw a disk brighten considerably in visible light wavelengths, those that could be seen by our human eyes, that is, and this might have resulted from the initial collision of the stellar debris with the disk, that is, the runaway star colliding with the black hole disk. So digging deeper, the disappearance event of 1ES 1927 plus 654 is unique not only because of the dramatic changes in brightness, but also because of how thoroughly astronomers were able to study it. The visible light flare prompted Ritchie and his colleagues to require and request follow-up monitoring of the black hole using NASA's Neutron Star Interior Composition Explorer, or NICER for short. NICER is an X-ray telescope aboard the International Space Station, and in total NICER observed the system 265 times over 15 months. Additional X-ray monitoring was obtained by NASA's Neil Gehrels Swift Observatory, which also observed the system in ultraviolet light, as well as NASA's Nuclear Spectroscopic Telescopic Array, or NuSTAR, and the ESA, that's European Space Agency, XMM Newton Observatory, which has NASA involvement. So when the X-ray light from the corona disappeared, NICER and SWIFT observed lower energy X-rays from the system, so that collectively these observatories provided a continuous stream of information throughout the event. Although a wayward star seems the most likely culprit, the authors note that there could be other explanations for the unprecedented event. One remarkable feature of the observations is that the overall drop in brightness was not a smooth transition. Day to day, the low-energy X-ray NICER detected showed dramatic variation, sometimes changing in brightness by a factor of 100 in as little as 8 hours, and in extreme cases, black hole coronas have been known to become 100 times brighter or dimmer, but on much longer timescales. Now, such rapid change occurred continuously for months was extraordinary. Erin Kara, assistant professor of physics at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, co-author of the study, said, "This database has a lot of puzzles in it, but that's exciting because it means we're learning something new about the universe. We think the star hypothesis is a good one, but I also think we're going to be analyzing this event for a long time. It's possible this kind of extreme variability is more common in black hole accretion disks than astronomers realize. Many operating and upcoming observatories are designed to search for short-term changes in cosmic phenomena, and the practice is known as time domain astronomy, which could reveal more events like this one." So this new study is a great example of how flexibility in observation, scheduling, allowing NASA and ESA missions to study objects that evolve relatively quickly and look for long-term changes in their average behavior. They said will this feeding black hole return to the state it was before this disruptive event, or has the system been fundamentally changed? We're continuing observations to find out about this. This is from NASA, and I'll leave links below for you. Thank you. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.